Alrighty, hello everyone. Today I am going to be doing a little 1 month update on my Gucci camera bag. So I have it behind me right here and have been using it quite a bit. So I got this, I actually don't remember exactly when I got this, but it's been a while and I have been using it an absolute ton because it is just such a convenient size. And so that's kind of what we'll talk about today, is what I usually put in it and what I've found to be the pros and cons. So if we jump right in with some pros, my number one pro above all else is that it's a pretty small bag. It's a crossbody bag, but it fits sunglasses cases. So that was kind of my main priority. I have them on my head right now, so obviously they get used a lot. Even when it is snowier here, yeah, winter doesn't mean we don't wear sunglasses here, because we are, the snow just creates so much reflection and everything like that. So that's my big thing. So it's kind of still a mini bag, but it fits sunglasses cases. However, actually we'll stick with the pros for a little bit longer. So another pro with this bag that I like is that it can be really easily dressed up or dressed down. So if I'm wearing kind of leggings and a t-shirt, I don't really have to be worried about this looking out of place, especially if I turn it around and wear it on this side. So that is another really big plus that I appreciate about this bag. And then the other thing too, just with that already talked about, this kind of double-sided thing just really enhances the versatility of it and helps it so that like you can be a little bit more understated with this side. Yeah, and then the other thing I would like to mention about this bag is that the color is honestly really easy to work with. So if you bought like a neon pink bag kind of thing, you might be in a bit of a bind, just because that will take some very specific styling. But I have even put this with like a green and just like really kind of neutral warm tones, and it works quite well. So I'm actually kind of going to use this to springboard some new sort of style work that I'm going to be trying to do and learning how to do. So yeah, it is pretty, this warm tone. If you're kind of looking for something to branch out a little bit, but you want to stick to something that's still pretty easy to work with, I would highly recommend this one. Kind of jumping into some cons, I find that this little bit of metal can really easily get kind of like weird and messed up. So I don't know if you, yeah, so you can see like right there how it is kind of off. So I don't exactly know how to fix that effectively, but that is kind of, I don't know, just a little bit bothersome at times. A very small issue, but it can cause some problems. And then, yeah, the opening and closing it, it's a little bit of a rigid zipper. But I would say my least favorite part of this bag, and it's honestly like we can't even really call it a least favorite because it's just sort of what happens when you buy a bag like this, is they can kind of scratch you. So if you had like nice rings on, this one's my Aura ring, so it's very durable, but that can get kind of challenging if you were trying to like be really careful with something on your hands, because they are kind of a little bit harder. However, I am noticing just going into this even right now, compared to when I first bought the bag, it has really softened up quite a bit and made it easier to get in and out of. So that is kind of good to know if you grab this bag and you're like, why does this not, like, I mean, it's still like not super pleasant, but it's getting better. So I've only had this for a little while, and so I can only imagine it will just keep improving. The other thing is that the microfiber lining, so I'll take the stuff that I have in here out, this one would be one that would be really easy to stain. So this is something you could probably get an idea of, but as you can see, it's a very light color. And so that's just something to keep in mind. So if you're somebody who needs to carry around pens all the time, I might go with something with a darker lining. So like my Neo Noe here, that one I don't worry about as much because it does have that black lining. So that being said, I will talk about the strap a little bit. So it is an adjustable strap. So you've got this little one here, and it's just kind of like almost like a belt loop. So like that. But when you're wearing it crossbody, that can kind of rest a little bit weird on you. So the versatility of it being an adjustable strap is great, but the actual, yeah, this little contraption right here can get a little bit challenging. So that's super nitpicky. Overall, I really like this bag, but I'm also somebody who, when I'm watching these kinds of videos, I do like to hear those sort of nitpicky comments. So that would be one where if you have like a lot of stuff in it or something, it kind of presses, and you feel it. So you get used to it, obviously. But other than that, generally speaking, this has been a great bag. Yeah, the zipper, like I said, is a little bit stiff, but I do like that it has this little tassel here, just because that kind of makes it easier to move and grab at. Sorry, this is getting a little bit disjointed, but another thing with this bag is it sucks when you're trying to find stuff in it. That, again, I think maybe an organizer for this bag would probably be pretty advisable, I would say, just because I will do a little demonstration here with everything that I normally keep in it, and it can be a bit of a hot mess. Okay, so moving on to kind of the what's in my bag portion, the sunglasses case is the number one thing, so I'll put that in here. Then I will grab some masks. Again, it's not ideal that they're free floating in this bag, but there's not a ton of room for like SLGs or something like that. Then my key fob, my EpiPen, and it does fit the mini pochette, so I will grab that. But then it starts to be a little bit of a mess. So it will fit. I just need to maneuver it around my sunglasses case. And then we'll put in my Gucci card holder. There we go. And my key clay. If you want to see that one up close. Okay, so all done up. This is fuller than I would probably like it, so you can see that the bag is kind of getting a little deformed, but it does fit all of that stuff. So that's a lot for how small this bag is. But if we do a little demonstration of me trying to find my keys, which is what happens a lot, the hot mess ensues. So as you can see right now, it is just absolutely stuffed. I wonder if I can even get to them without taking stuff out. Okay, there they are. So I was able to get them, but like that's kind of not the most ideal setup, whereas I feel like if there was an organizer in here, it would definitely decrease the amount of space that's available, but at the same time, I think it might be worth it. So there's a bag on my wish list that I think I might grab soon. And then I'm going to do probably one big order from Samorga would be my guess. A lot of these more niche bags, you're gonna have a tough time finding good organizers for them, other than going for those more expensive brands. But their shipping is like $35, which I understand in that it's like being shipped across an ocean, but at the same time, like $35 shipping for like $40 to $70 items is a little bit tough to swallow. So I have been kind of holding off on that, and will likely be getting an organizer for this bag, my Neo Noe, I think. And other than that, like my Neverfull one works fine, but that's such a common bag that like you can just find those on Amazon. But if you have bought a good organizer from a place other than Samorga, where they carry one for this small Gucci, they call it the shoulder bag, most people would refer to it as a camera bag, that doesn't have astronomical shipping to North America, let me know, because I would be willing to give them a try. So yeah, that is everything that fits in this tiny little bag. It is something you can dress up, something you can dress down, unlike this one here. That one is a lot harder to dress down. It can be Gucci or it can be subtle Gucci. And yeah, other than that, I mean, I'm really happy with this bag. I would say that if you are somebody who is like on the more leggings and hoodie side, this is something that you could absolutely get away with. I actually have an appointment booked with a friend of a friend who works at Aritzia, and she has put together like a style board for me, and we are going to try to buy some more like business casual kind of items, but I am pretty pumped. So we will let you know how that goes, and maybe I'll do a haul of that stuff from Aritzia. I do need to figure out how to shop at Zara too. Every time I just walk in there I get overwhelmed, so we'll maybe give that a go as well. So with all of that said, I hope you all have a lovely day, and if there is one of my bags that you would like me to do a comparison with this one, let me know. Because I do have the pochette accessory. Size-wise, like in that sense, they're comparable, but definitely not width-wise. Or this Burberry. Again, they're not astronomically different. Or I would say like probably the most comparable one I have is this one, the YSL Toy Lulu, but I actually don't feel like they're super comparable because this one fits like nothing compared to this one. But I believe I will be having a new YSL edition sometime here, and that one might actually be a good comparison. So maybe that's what I'll do. But let me know if there's any bags that you would like me to do a comparison with, or an update on, or something like that. I just kind of pick at random, but I know I'm getting to the point where there's people who actually like are like, oh, you got that bag, like what do you think of it? So I may as well make a video about it. So with all of that said, I hope I looked at the camera enough for this video, because this is my first time. Oh yeah, that's great. My first time filming with my new Canon M50, so hopefully this increases the quality of the content that I'm putting out. Alrighty, so this is actually me bidding you farewell. I know I've said that like 3 times already, but I keep having these other ideas. So I hope you all have a lovely day, and I will be back with another video sometime soon.